minute. Oh, here we go. All right, it is 6:15 and I am going to get started. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, both in the sanctuary and online. Hello. I am Naomi Walton. I will be leading the service tonight, a short service. I didn't time it, but don't be surprised if we're done in like half an hour or less, honestly, because that's just. So, I am beginning with the excerpt on page 127, if you want to follow along. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. Please join me at the bottom of page 129 for Ele Hamda Libi, which might sound a little weird without the piano and the music, but we're going to get some clapping going and we're going to do it. All right. Ele Hamda Libi. Oh, I can't even read it. Sorry. Go ahead. Husanava Anatitalam. Hele Hamda. Hamla Bili. Husanavi Anatitalam. Ele Hamda, Hamla Bibi, Husana Natitalam. Let's do another round. Ele Hamda Libi, Husana Natitalam. Ele Hamda, Hamda Bibi, Husana Natitalam. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. So at this time, I now invite my beautiful daughter, Kalina Abrams, up to light the Shabbat candles. The reading blessing can be found on page 120 if you would like to follow along. Amen. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Excellent. So now we will turn to page 138 for Lecha Dodi. And we sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Let's do Lecha Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Panei Shabbat Nekabala. Lecha Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Panei Shabbat Nekabala. Shamor v'zakor b'di bor echad. Hishmiyanu el ham yuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. V'shem el tiferet v'lit hilalala. Lecha lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Panei shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Panei Shabbat nekabala. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha. Ihi mikor habaracha. Merosh mikedem nesuka. Sof ma'aseh b'makshavat hilala. Lecha lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Panei Panei Shabbat Nekabbalah. Lecha lecha do di likrat kala. Panei Panei Shabbat Nekabbalah. He torari, Kiva oret kumi ori. Uri, shir daberi. Kavod Adonai ayalik nigla la, lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Panei Shabbat nekabbalah. Lecha dodi, likrat kala. Panei Shabbat nekabbalah. If you would like to, please rise and face the entrance as we greet the Sabbath bride. Boiva Shalom Ateret Bala Gam Besimcha Ufsohola Tok Emune Am Segula Boi Kala la lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat nekabbalah lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat nekabbalah. So actually we're going to remain standing for a few minutes if you are able. Please turn to page 146 for the Baruch, which I will. Baruch et Adonai Hamvorak. Baruch Adonai Hamvorak Leolam Vaed. Adonai. It's odd to do it without music, so I got discombobulated a little bit, but we will be okay. We're going to remain standing because now we're going to do the Shema, which can be found on page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod, Malkuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. And we will do the Via Havta on page 154 because we have time. Okay. Via Havta et Adonai Elohecha v'kol levavcha uv'kol nafshecha uv'kol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam v'vanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlektecha v'derek ushakbecha uvkumecha ushartam leot al yadecha v'hayu latotafot bein einecha uktabtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskuru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem, Emet. Excuse me. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haparei sukkot shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Please rise for the Amidah. We will begin together on page 164, but then we will pray silently through page 178, I believe it is. It might be 180. Adonai sifatai tivtak ufi agila hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. This excerpt from the Amidah catches my eye each time that I am at services, and so I'm going to read it because I'm leading and I can. If you would like to follow along, it is found on page 173. Okay, that's better? Okay. So on page 173, if you would like to follow along or say it with me. Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency, make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from a shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness, and the poverty, physical and spiritual, of humans. Shock us, Adonai. Deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction among a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai Kadesh HaShabbat. Thank you. We will conclude the Amidah with Oseh Shalom on page 180. Oseh Shalom bin Romav, Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu. V'al Kol Yisrael. V'imru, Amen. Ya'aseh Shalom. Ya'aseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu. V'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom. Ya'aseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu. V'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom. Ya'aseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu. V'al Kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh Shalom. Ya'aseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu. V'al Kol Yisrael. Our thoughts now turn to those in our congregation and beyond who are in need of healing at this time. I will read the names from the bulletin, and then if you would like to add anyone, please do so as I pass my hand over. So at this time, we are thinking of Amelia Parsons, Fred Belkin, Giancarlo Capozzoli, Heather Mullis, Janet Schenker, Kathy Lazarski, and anyone else that you would like to add. And the Misha Barak can be found on page 371 if you would like to sing along. Misha Barak Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Barak Imotenu Mekor HaBracha La'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. So now we are going to celebrate some simchas, or call out some celebrations. David and Natasha Pollock celebrating an anniversary on the 24th. And happy birthday to Elena Schwaber, Evan Simran in 2 days. Hello. Joshua Davis, Eric Greisinger, Terry Weiner, and Rosalind Spurgel. Happy birthday, happy anniversary, and I hope there are good things going on in everyone's life at this time. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to do things a little differently because there is time. And I didn't know that Daven Dine usually doesn't have a drosh. And I will admit, I did not write this drosh, but I liked it. It's not long, and so I am going to read it. This is regarding the Parshat Pinchas. And this is called What Makes a Family, and it was written by Amy Sosland. The most common word in Parshat Pinchas points to one of its central themes, family. The Hebrew word for family, mishpacha, appears in this Torah portion over 90 times. What exactly makes a family? At first glance, Parshat Pinchas certainly seems to know the answer. The portion opens with a pretty unequivocal statement of who qualifies. At the start of the reading, Pinchas is rewarded for passionately defending God by killing an Israelite man who had transgressed with a Midianite woman. The Torah makes clear that the couple had crossed a familial. The name of the Israelite who was killed was Zimri, son of Zalu, chieftain of the Simeonite ancestral house. The name of the Midianite woman who was killed was Cosbi, daughter of Zor. He was the tribal head of an ancestral house in Midian. We learn nothing else about these two people except their familial identities. The message seems almost self-evident. Crossing traditional family lines is dangerous. It leads to violence, rupture, and plague. As if to underline this point, the text follows this story with another reminder of the centrality of family to our people. As soon as the plague is over and God's rage has subsided, Moses and Eleazar are commanded to take a census of the people, each grouping defined by its ancestor and its clan. In other words, by its family. As the census unfolds, we learn of the many Israelite families traveling in the desert. In the next two chapters, Mishpachah is repeated again and again, sometimes up to 4 times in a single verse. What is this repetition trying to teach us? As the parshat progresses, we come to see that the definition of family is more complicated than it originally appeared. Some of the families listed don't look like the standard model at all. Some have experienced loss. The Torah references the death of Korah and the tragic deaths of Aaron's sons. In the midst of the counting, we learn that the children of a bad man live on, while the children of a good man die. It is a rare family that gets by without tragedy or drama. Others break the conventional mold in other ways. The daughters of Salophed defied tradition and established family model by declaring that they should inherit their father's land even though he died without male heirs. They actually get the law rewritten to work with the reality of their family situation. Other possibilities for family variations are written into the law at the same time. If a man dies without leaving a son, you shall transfer his property to his daughter. If he has no daughter, you shall assign his property to his brothers, and so on. This is found in Numbers chapter 28, verses 7 through 11. Indeed, the Torah offers models of connection that complement or even sidestep traditional family structures. Consider Moses and Joshua. Moses himself steps out of his traditional family unit to pass on his authority to the son of another man, Joshua, son of Nun. Moses almost never connects with his own children, instead placing his hands on his successor and granting Joshua a measure of his own authority. Joshua may be identified as the son of Nun, but the true father-son relationship in his life is with Moses. The biological family unit isn't the only way to find deep connection and meeting. Passing on a legacy can happen in a multiplicity of ways. The parshat ends with a description of the festival rites and sacrifices. Whatever the structure of the family, communal celebrations are open to all members of the wider community of Israel. It's a powerful ending to a portion that began with a black and white picture, who does and doesn't belong, but concludes with a more nuanced understanding of the reality of family life. What we are left with is the ever-changing nature of the Jewish family. As it evolves, so do we, finding new ways of connecting and celebrating together, and making sure that in today's census, every type of family is counted. Shabbat Shalom. So yes, I like that. Okay, so now we are coming to the conclusion almost. Please rise for the Elenu found on page 586. And I have to get there too. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol latet gula liot breshit I'm sorry, I know the old way, so we're going to start that over. If you're used to the one that's been going on the past probably 2 years, I apologize. So we'll start over. The one that we know. Okay, the bottom one? Okay. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, lateit gedula liotze breshit, shelu asanu kugoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishkahot hadama, shelo sam hokenu kahem, vigor aleinu keko hamonam. Ba'anak nu korim, umishtachalim umodim, lifnei melech, malkei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. And then page 590, sorry. V'ne'emar, v'chaya Adonai lemelech kol ha'aretz, v'yom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, echad. You may be seated. Look, you know what? And we would have had time because it's only been 25 minutes, Brad Cogan. Okay. All right. Why should I wish to see God better than this day? I see something of God in each hour of the 24, in each moment then. In the faces of men and women, I see God, and in my own face in the glass. I find letters from God dropped in the street, and every one is signed by God's name. And I leave them where they are, for I know that wheresoever I go, others will punctually come forever and ever. On this Shabbat, we are observing the recent passing of Sandra Vogelhut and observing the yurtsites of the following: Amy Schoenberger, Bobby Buchanan, Dennis Mulcahy, Donald Patterson, Fanny Sadowski, Goldie Benjamin, Marguerite Graff, Pearl Fine, and Stephen Sachs. I ask that we rise as a congregation and say the Mourner's Kaddish together, found on page 598. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divra kirute v'yamlik malkute, v'chayakon uvyamekon uvkaye de kol beit Yisrael, v'agala uvizman kari v'yimru amen. Yehe shmei rabbah mavorak le'olam elomei almaya. Yit barak v'yit tabak v'yit pa'ar v'yit ramam v'yit naseh. V'yit hadar v'yit taleh v'yit halal shemei dekudasha barikhu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Va'amiran b'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May their memories be for a blessing. Please be seated. At this time, I will announce some announcements, and then Brad can come up and announce some announcements if he would like, or would you like me to just do them all? Okay. So the first announcement is, of course, this is Daven and Dine tonight. Like I said, we're going to be done in a few minutes. And the dine tonight is at Plaza Mexico in Bell Camp. I believe there is probably enough room for everybody who's here. So even if you have not RSVP'd, come along anyway. and it will be a good time. Next week is a marketplace tourist service. In the spirit of family and community that I talked about during the Drosh, there's a summer Havdalah next Saturday, July 26th. It says today is the RSVP date, but I assume that means until 11:59. So you can email Justin to let him know that we will be there for Havdalah. There are a lot of different things going on. There's a bagel breakfast on August 17th. There's bingo on September 20th. And of course, the 70th anniversary gala of the temple on October 25th. I'm not sure if the RSVP for tickets has passed. No? Tickets are still available. You guys didn't hear that, so I repeat it. Brad, our esteemed temple president, said, if you've got the money, we'll take it. Yes. Okay. So that is all of the announcements. Oh, I'm sorry. The official announcements. At this time, I would invite Kalina up to the bima to give a brief thing, and then you can.
I have
yes.
words.
Yes.
I got words to say. Hi. Even though I'm shorter than her. It's bouncy. I don't know what to. I'm trying my best. Okay. I'm going to start talking. All right. So, Shabbat Shalom. As many of you know, I've been deeply entwined in the Temple of Shalom community since I was being brought here in a car carrier at 6 months old. This fall, I will be continuing my journey in Judaism by working with Avodah and Yafed to work with yeshivas to bring more comprehensive education to the ultra-Orthodox children of New York. I ask for your kindness to donate money to Avodah and my journey to help fund more service learning and holidays and the like. Please let me know if you would like to help or learn more after services or at any other point this summer. Thank you for giving me.
Or they can call me.
You know how to contact us. We're out and about. Thank you for your time.
We're in the directory. Okay. So that concludes our service. Actually, not quite yet. We're going to end with the oldie but goodie Adon Olam, found on page 625. And which version do we want to do? Okay, well, who can lead the short version? Because I don't know what the short version means. No, I know this one. Adon Olam, I share my lock. Baterim kol, is here nifra. Liet nasa, v'hefsa kol. Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam. V'achare kiklot hakol. Levado yimlok nora Adon Olam. V'hu haya, v'hu hove, v'hu yeh b'tifara Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malak, B'terem kol, Nisir Nivra, Liet Nasa, V'hefsa kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nigra Adon Olam, V'hu echad, V'yein sheni, the Hamshalah Balak Bira Adon Olam, Beli Reshit, Beli Taklit, Belo Ha'oz Vaham Isra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malak, Baterim Kol, Nitzir Nivra, Liet Nasa, Vahefsa Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nigra Adon Olam, V'hu Eli, v'chai goali, v'tzor hevli b'yet tzara Adon Olam, v'hu nisi, umanosli, menat kosi b'yom ekra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malak, V'terem kol, Yisir Nifra, Liet nasa. Vahefzako. Azai melech shemo nikra adon olam. Viado avkid ruhi. Vieti shan via ira adon olam. Vim ruhi gaviati. Adonai li velo ira adon olam. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Goodbye to everybody online. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everybody in the sanctuary joining us. And we do have Kiddush before we head to the restaurant, since it is